Hello again, this is another how-to video. This one's about uploading your videos once they're finished. If you look in the description below, or if you look on the timeline playhead on the bottom here, you'll see that we've divided the video into chapters. So find the device or the operating system that is the most likely one that you're going to use, and that should be the only part of the video that you need to watch. So let's get on with it. Right then, this is for anyone with an Android phone. That's phones like, I think Sony use Android, Samsung use Android. Most phones that aren't iPhones are Android phones. The really useful thing about that is you will already have a Google account that you use to set up your phone, which means that sharing files and videos through the Google system, through the Google Drive system, should already be at least half set up for you, even if you've never used it before. What you see in front of you here is a computer replication of the Android system. So some of this will glitch out, but it won't happen on your phone. That's simply because this is a replication that's been put onto a computer. So in your apps, you should have Google Drive already. If you haven't, then just download it from Play Store. Of course, it's free. If you need to sign in, I suggest you sign in with your credentials that you have for your existing Gmail. If you're not sure what that is, if you look in your phone, it will tell you what your Google account is, because your Google account and your Gmail account and your Drive account are all a single account. So then we open up Drive, and then you will have all of the things that you've already put on Drive on there, which may or may not be there if this is the first time you've used it. I'm just going to put everything into a single folder here. The bottom right hand corner here, you will have a cross. That's to add things like new folders and files, but also to create an upload. So it's add and then upload, and you can see it's the icon in the middle. You then hit upload. Your phone may well look different, but what you're looking for is your photo gallery or your video gallery, which you then open up. And as you can see here, there's a collection of photographs and videos that I've prepared. And then you click on them, and normally it will say something like, you select it, and then you have the option to upload it, and a little window will come up and say upload, and make sure that you click on the upload window as well. My upload has failed, and the reason why it's failed is because this is a computer replication. But don't worry about that. Yours will upload, and there'll be an upload bar, and it's all nice and straightforward. Then it will appear on your Drive. Then you need to share it with us, and to share it, what you do is there are 3 dots that will go next to your thing that you're sharing, and then you have options like sharing. And what you need to do is hit share, and then you've got the email address that you're sharing with us. So what you do is you add that, and you may well have a set of options on what the people you're sharing with are allowed to do. We need to be editors. If we're just viewers or commentators, we're not going to be able to access or download. So make sure it's turned to that, and then if you then send it to us, which this may or may not send, let's see. It is sending and it is sharing, I think. If we have a problem, we can't access it, you will get an email sent automatically when we try to open it, asking you to give us permissions. But that should be it. We should have access to your video, and then we're good to go. Right then, now it's time to look at the iPhones and the iPads. What I'm using is a screen sharing from an iPad. It should be similar for an iPhone, but it won't be exactly the same. And if you have an older version of the iPad or the iPhone, then it might be slightly different as well. But let's see how we get on. There we go. So that's more or less full screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my photos. So I'm going to touch. There we go. You can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to obviously click on my photos, and then find the video that you want to send, and I'm going to choose this one. Now we can see what's going on. So that was in the top right hand corner. There's a square with an arrow pointing out. So once you've clicked on that, then this is what the screen looks like. So what we're going to look at now is how to send it as a form of mail. So we're going to click on mail, and then it's going to send, you see it is already attaching it, and we're going to send this to me as it happens, because I don't have the correct email, but you know what the email is. It's a Hull Freedom Chorus email at gmail.com. Bit of advice, make sure that you write something in the body of the text, because if you don't, it's quite likely that the email servers will identify it as spam. I'm sure you've received spam that is just sent to your email with just a link in there, and then it's labeled as spam, and it might do the same thing. So make sure you write something in there and then send. And when you try to send it, your video should be too big. And what should happen then is it will send it via a special link where it will store it to your iCloud drive. You have storage on iCloud. I don't know if you know this. So what should happen is when you ask to send it, it says try sending attachment, but I think it's too big, or use mail drop. And then if you use mail drop, what is going to happen is, let's go back out of there. When you use mail drop, what's going to happen is it's going to send the video, it's going to send a link to your storage so that we can download the video. So it's a bit more messing about for us, but that should be fine. I've come back to the option of sharing your video files. The reason why I've done that is because if you look at the options of where we can share, I have a Google Drive account in there. If you have a Gmail, you already have a Google Drive account with loads of space on it. All you need to do is download the app onto your iPhone or your iPad and log in, and then you can share with us. It's going to be much easier to share your videos using Google Drive, to be honest, if you already have an account. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you now how to do that from an iPhone or an iPad. So in order to do this, we're actually going to go straight into the Google Drive because it's much easier. So we come out of Photos and go into our Google Drive, which I shall find as I scroll through. There it is. So actually what we do is it's much easier to go straight to Google Drive. And then what we're going to do is hit the plus button, and then it says upload. And we upload photos and videos. And then I'm going to select a photo, I think, because it says that the drive is nearly full. So I select a photo. And then once I've selected the photo, or in your case the video, you press upload. It uploads in however long it takes. And then what you need to do is share the video with us. So I'm going to share this photo here. So here's the photo that I've clicked on, and I'm going to share it. There we go. So you see there are 3 dots that go next to the video. I'm going to click on that, and then you have all of the options there, and the top one is share. So I've clicked on there, and then I can add someone's name in there. I'm going to share it with one of my accounts. Of course, remember to put in the Hull Freedom Chorus account there. And notice there that it says editor. Make sure that you are setting it for an editor, not a viewer or a commentator. And then the send is the thing that looks like maybe looks like a paper aeroplane. That's what I think it does. And then send it, and it should go off. We'll receive it, it'll be shared with us, and then we can access it straight away. If we have any problems accessing it, we will send you an email, normally an automated email asking you to reset the permissions. So if you do forget to set it correctly, don't worry, you'll get an email. So that's how you share your video file if you've got an iPhone but you've also got a Google Drive account. One way you can really help us in the organisation of this music video is if you name your video files for us. Now if you do it on an iPhone, then one of the issues is that it will rename the file as soon as you've uploaded it. I'm not sure if that happens with Google phones as well, with the Android system, but if you are using Google Drive, that's the place really to name them anyway. So I'm just going to show you how to do that. So on the screen here, what you've got is a Google Drive of mine, and I'm just going to take the image that says screenshot, the one with the photograph of me holding up a piece of paper, and you'll notice next to the name, which is obviously a generic name, there are the three dots. So you touch the three dots, and then what you're going to see is, amongst all the options, rename, and then rename, and then the options come up there, and then just put in the name in that naming convention with your name and also the part that you're singing as well, which I'm not singing, so I'm just going to leave it like that. And then it's renamed. Obviously we can rename the files once we receive them if we have to, but there's much less chance of there being a mistake in our transcription and in our organization if the video files are named by you. So if you can do that, that would be really useful. Now you may wish to use a laptop or a desktop computer to send your video files. I'd recommend, if you can, just using your phone, because it's a bit more straightforward. The video's on your phone, you send the video to us, job done. But there may be a really good reason why you want to use your laptop, so I'll just talk you through that. You're only going to need to, obviously, to get your video from your phone onto your laptop or onto your computer. How you do that is going to really depend on what kind of computer you've got, what kind of phone you've got. But once it's on your computer, then this is the service that I'd recommend. It's called wetransfer. So this is the email address, wetransfer.com, and then it's really straightforward. You just use it to send the file with a couple of email addresses, and you don't have to set up an account, you don't have to store the file for anybody. It gets sent to us, we've got a few days to download it, and then you can just consider that to be your part done. So here we go. First thing I'm going to do is put in the email address you're going to be sending it to, fullfreedomchorus@gmail.com. You'll need your email. It's a good idea to put it in there, because then it will tell you that it's been delivered safely, and not only is it being delivered, but we've downloaded that link. So I'll send it to one of my accounts. There we go. You can put in a little message in there for us if you want, and then select your video file. I'm going to select a photograph because it's going to be a bit quicker. That's ready, and then you hit the transfer button. It's going to send me this is a new thing that it's done to me now, because I haven't signed in on my account. It's going to send me a verification, so I'm going to have to verify. If I just go through that process with you, it should have sent me an email, and that's my code. So I need to input this code. So this is a new thing, and also I think I actually do have an account as well, so I'm used to doing it like that. There we go. Now it's verified. Now it's sending. Obviously going to be much slower than that, but it's pretty fast. If you do have any problems transferring because your video is too big, then just let us know, and I will give you advice on another service that you can use that has even bigger files that you can send, that is just as straightforward as well. So there we go. That's pretty much sent. It's going to send me an email. The email is going to send me a link, and then that link will let us download the file, and we'll be good to go. If you are using your laptop or desktop and you have a Gmail account, then you can use Google Drive to share the videos with us, and that's a much more straightforward way of doing it. But of course you do need to have some sort of Gmail account. So this is how we do it. Here's one of my Gmail accounts, and I've opened it up, and then over here, when I find my mouse, there we go, over here where you can see my mouse moving, that's called the waffle iron, or sometimes the matrix. If you click on that, you get all of your Google services, and one of those of course is Google Drive, and then you click on Google Drive, and then it automatically opens up Google Drive for you once you're signed in. There's nothing else you need to do because it's part of your suite of services. And now what we're going to do is upload a video. So we go over here to the right, and we have the new button that you can see there. Click on new. As part of those options is file upload, and then it will go to your documents, and we're going to upload a photograph because it's going to be a little bit quicker. So we'll take this photograph and we will upload it. So we open and it starts to upload. Once it's uploaded, one of the easiest ways to find it is make it appear in the recents bar at the top. And so if you press the refresh button that you have with your browser, then it'll appear. There it is. So the first thing we're going to do is rename it. We have a renaming convention. Please use that. That's going to make it a lot easier for us to organize the video files that we're using. So what we do is hover over the video file, right click, go to rename, and then obviously using the naming convention that we have. And there's the video ready to share. Now we're going to share it. To do that, what we need to do is right click again, and there's the share option. When it comes up, the first thing you want to do is put in the email address that you're sending to, which is of course holdenfreedomchorus@gmail.com. You may want to send us a little message, it's up to you. But the important one here is what options you're sending. Can you make sure that on this drop down menu here that we are editors? If we're not editors, then we can't download the files and use them. And then send us the video. If the video sharing permissions haven't been set for us to use them, then we'll send you an email, or an automatic email will be sent to you asking you to reset the permissions for us. And once you've renamed and shared the file, then it should be good to go, and you can consider that to be a job well done. Hopefully that should give you all the advice and information and support you need to upload your video. If you do have any problems, then do get in touch with us. Thanks for watching.